Okay, what's up? Y'all saw that my little logo there. Oh, let's break them down. In honor of Cardi B and Offset, we love them both. All right, so we are here back with another video. Let's take them down for a second. What's up? How are y'all doing out there in the streets? I got to get into this. And last night, I was not expecting the response of the public last night, of the live that we did last night, which was incredible. And also, I want to thank the members that came through last night. When I tell you last night, we had a time last night. We had a time last night. It was amazing. We were on that live for over 5 hours, okay? I talked to my team, and they were upset because I was on there too long, and I wasn't expecting to be on there too long because I just wasn't expecting. But when you get me to talking and really, really talking, I ain't no shutting me up. But we had a guest on there last night. If you want to hear this beautiful conversation, sign up so you can get access to the Zooms. But she was sharing her story of marrying, not only dating, and her husband is bisexual. And when she shared the story of her husband being bisexual, automatically I said, oh my gosh, this is just something that was one of the best iconic moments of the show, because you really don't see too many Black women will admit that. They may see their man playing around both sides of the aisle, but they will never admit and put it, oh yes, he's bi, we're married, we have children, we've been together for a decade. So I'm not going to get more into the conversation, but it was a beautiful conversation. I'm telling you, one of the beautiful conversations I've ever had on Zoom, and it was amazing. Of course, there was some drama on Zoom, like always, and we had some drama. I have so many Zooms that I have recorded, but there was some drama in the Zooms, like always, but it was just amazing. So if you do want to become a member, if you have not joined, and you say, hey, I want to join, I want to be a member, I'm going to put the link in the chat here if you want to become a member, and say, hey, I want to become a member because, Wiley, ain't nobody doing 5-hour lives like you doing 5-hour lives. I don't have nobody that's doing no 5-hour lives like that. You're literally giving us a little bit too much. Because I ask people, I say, well, who are you subscribed to? They tell me, and I ask them, well, what content do you get? Some of them don't get absolutely nothing. But we're actually giving you content that typically we don't really dive into and get into over there on YouTube. And the reason why we don't put it on YouTube is because we are so unfiltered. To the point, I call it, if you get easily offended by things, don't subscribe, because you will get offended. It has everything. The version that you see on YouTube, it's like we are a totally different person over there on Zoom. Okay. And it's just amazing. Now, what we used to do a lot of our unfiltered shows on Stationhead. We stopped that because on Stationhead, we didn't get a check. So I was like, oh, I got to stop doing the Stationhead stuff over and over, because we don't get paid to do Stationhead. We just don't get a check from them. So I said, what can I do to still be unfiltered, still get nasty? What can I do? Members only. But then I ran into issues because we were playing some copyrighted material on Instagram, and the videos are getting taken down. I said, well, Zoom. So someone told me, hey, do it on Zoom. So I said, Zoom is where you're at. And it's so unfiltered. And I have so many ideas, to the point that we may raise the price and do another perk, because I think that's the ideas that we have is going to be a little bit too much. It's going to be too much content just for $5. But that we're not there yet. But it's $5 now. But we have so many great ideas for the Zoom, because a lot of things that I really want to do, we can't do it over here on YouTube because it won't get monetized. But on Zoom, if you subscribe, you are a paid subscriber and all that. So we got a lot more content we're going to get into. We're going to bring special guests, family members, beautiful in-depth conversations that we typically won't get onto on YouTube, that we really could ask you some things that typically we want to ask you right here on YouTube. So make sure y'all subscribe and become a member. Get your memberships, all right? Get your memberships. It's only $4.99. Let's get into the car. I had to make that little church announcement. All right. Oh, and if you missed the live members, I'm going to make a post because we're going to go back doing members only live this Sunday. And I will also make a post where you all can send me an email. Make sure you send me proof that you are a member, and I will send you the Zoom. But you must watch it on your computer because it's such a large file. Because I want you to see it all. I'm not trying to chop it up. I want you to see it all. But it's almost 3-4 hours. So we'll make sure we get into that. Let's get right into the video. Now, we got to get into Sukihana. Now, Sukihana is getting dragged on social media. Now, this is the most beautiful picture I find of her because she always shows her body. She's very beautiful. So, obviously, she allows some women to kiss her, lick her butt. So, people are saying, wait a minute. Are you the same chick that was getting YK Osiris all upturned that he touched you inappropriately without your permission, but you letting women lick on your butt and all of that? And then she responded and said, consent. They have my consent. People, just because a woman allow you to go, just one woman, right? And she allowed people to kiss on her, foot on her. That don't mean you can do the same thing because she let somebody else do it. If she don't give you consent, you can't do it. I'm going to say that again. If the women don't give you consent, you cannot do it. And I'm just going to make it all the way plain for you because a lot of people got it twisted. Consent is you have her permission to do that. It's about community. If you know you don't have that permission of her, you can't do that. A lot of guys don't understand the definition of consent, meaning you have to get permission from that woman. Can we get it in? If she say no, you cannot bother. If you cross the line and say that's an assault. You can't do that. The same vice versa for women, because you got some women that like to grab on men, touch on me. You cannot grab on me and touch on me without my consent. And it's so sad that we have to have a conversation about consent in 2023. And guys that don't see no problem with that, they're typically are the predators. The predators, right? That don't see a problem with, oh, I don't care, I don't ask nothing. No, you can't do that. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how raggedy you look. You still got to get permission to touch somebody. You cannot cross those boundaries without getting the consent of that person. Can we all agree to that? Can we all agree that we must get permission before you go out and slide somebody down? I don't think that anybody in this chat would allow a man to come up to you and just slide you down without your consent. I don't believe that. I don't believe no man in this no man would want a woman just to come up to them and slide them down without his consent. Absolutely not. You don't want people just to come up to you and slide you down. That does not make sense without getting there. You have to get that consent. Can't do it. People have lost their livelihood because of allegations, and now you're going around just slobbing people down without their consent. You can't do that. That is inappropriate. That ain't right. That's wrong. And if you keep doing that, you're going to wind up in prison. You're going to wind up like Nicki Minaj's husband on the offenders list. And it's another guy that we're going to get on Zoom about his business, about how he's on the offender list. Don't even look like he's on that. We're going to dive into that about different offenders and diving into different offenders in different areas that they live in. We're going to talk about that on Zoom. So we really going to get some things about that. But to Sukihana, I stand with her. I don't care how she rap and how she talk and how she is so sexually explicit. You still got to get her permission before you go and try to touch and feel on her. People just believe just because I rap about my WAP that you could just talk about. I talk about my area down there. That don't mean you can grab it and touch it. No, you have to have my permission to touch Mr. Goldenwood. You cannot just touch Mr. Goldenwood without my permission. I don't care how you look. In order to touch Mr. Goldenwood to get the golden experience, you must get my permission before you touch it. Is that making sense here? Okay, you got to give my permission. You just can't touch on it. I don't care how large it is, and of course that, but you cannot touch it without my permission. And I'm just keeping it all the way real. Okay, you cannot just touch golden wood without my permission. I have to keep it real. I have to say that in 2023. I don't care. You can't do it. And I'm just keeping it all the way real. Now, let's move on for Sukihana. She's a beautiful Black woman. And I don't like that men just keep trying to label her as a liar and a hypocrite because she gave women to lick on her and she did not give White Osiris to lick on her. Okay? Let's keep it real. Now, I got to get into Erica Banks. I'm a huge fan of Erica Banks. Huge fan. I've also told Erica Banks she needs to get some surgery, right? And I had to come back out of my deep sabbatical spiritual journey. I came back and I said, hey, I apologize for telling her to get it. Because during that time, I said, oh my God, she really don't have, she just have a flat chest. And this is the original picture that we seen of hers. And so we kept pressuring her and she listened to our advice and she decided to go get butchered up like cottage cheese and got a new rack of extra plums on her chest meat, extra plums. So I had to eat my words because I was on this sabbatical spiritual journey. And I said, hey, I was wrong because it's very dangerous to get those type of surgeries. And it's okay, though you may have a flat chest, that does not mean that you're not beautiful. Amen. Can we all agree to that? Just because you have a very flat chest and it is not plumped, just because it's that plumped, and just because you have to put tissue in there to have that you're still beautiful. And so I had to apologize because I kept pressuring her to get the surgery. And on this particular day, I apologize. And I'm moving on from it because I said it over and over again on my show. And I definitely apologize. And she listened to my advice. And I apologize for it because I was wrong. Now, with all that being said, why are we talking about her today? Not because of her surgery, but because she said she have left 1501. She's no longer a part of 1501. 1501 because, according to her, word on the street is 1501 owe her hundreds of thousands of dollars. And according to her, the sources, they're saying that she wanted to open up the books to see what her expense report. They was not doing that, and Erica Banks decided to leave the label. Now, this is under the heels of Megan Thee Stallion being owed millions of dollars for 1501. Another artist that we don't know, we forgot her name because she's a nobody, is owed money to 1501. 1501 Carl owe a lot of women, owe a lot of his artists. And that could have possibly been one of the leading hip-hop labels, but he done a lot of dirty game. Now, I believe that she knew this was going to happen, but at the same time, nobody else was offering her a deal. Okay? Nobody else is offering her a deal. Nobody else is offering her a type of deal that she could have made a lot of money as a recording artist. People would say, oh, she should have did it. But look what she had now. She would have not been on Love and Hip Hop if it wasn't for 1501 giving her an opportunity. She rode the wave of being against the Megan Thee Stallion, being Megan Thee Stallion, Carbon Carpi, because of Carl was upset at Megan for signing a deal with Jay-Z. But I think once she got involved in it, being naive and didn't know, she was like, okay, now I need to start speaking up. I got a name for something. Now I need to get paid. And he did the same thing he did to all the artists. He got amnesia, said, I ain't giving you nothing. And she left. Now, I don't know if she officially left or she just saying that because contractually she owed Carl Crawford about 3 to 4 albums. I believe it was a minimum of 3 to 4 albums, what I heard. And she haven't not released an album yet. So technically she can say on social media she left, but contractually she can't leave until she fulfill those albums. She will still have to fulfill those albums before she can go somewhere else, or unless she goes somewhere and they buy her out, and that's highly unlikely because she have not had a top 10 hit since Bust It. She haven't had a gold record since Bust It. She only had one record that actually popped. Other than that, she had no other successes. And so now she's becoming a clown on Love and Hip Hop. And that's the only time she's becoming a clown on Love and Hip Hop, when they threw some coffee, or was it ice cream or a pie or something that got thrown in her face. That's the only time we talking about Erica Banks. She became a clown. That's the only time they talking about her. And they don't post her only to make fun of her. And then the people that she done shows with, they don't even talk about it. They all went on break. They forgot about it. We've been begging and pleading to get on the show. We start begging her, because we the only one that's called. I'm like, come on, let's go. Let me interview her. But it is what it is. And now today, she did all that. She's leaving 1501 because they ain't paying her. Oh, you didn't get paid. I'm shocked that she didn't get paid? No, I'm not shocked at all, because when a person show you who they are the first time, believe them. But I understand why she did what she did, because she was a nobody. So being a nobody, okay, I'll take the deal. I eat that. Because look at the opportunities that was bestowed upon her, because now she was able to work with so many great artists like the beautiful Queen Dream Doll. She would have never been able to work with Dream Doll if it wasn't for being on a label like 1501, having that clout. Now, she's been begging and pleading to be on Nicki Minaj's record, but what messed her up is that she was trashing Nicki because Nicki wasn't moving fast enough, and she got her own self out her spot. She should have just ate it up and been silent, just like people with Jason Lee. They moved too quickly. They burned his book. And now they didn't get invited to the award show. They got to see their fat friend that was very fat and get bullied, get all the clout. They're no longer at the where everybody else, they play in the right game with Jason Lee. Yeah, they played the right game. They're taking a picture. They eating up his narcissistic ways, that's what word on the street is. And they said, well, at least he's offering us an opportunity. And then on that particular day, on that award show, it's radio silence. And we'll dive more into the award show. But what my point is, I want to say before we dive into it, is that you got pushed out of your spot and you regret it. You played your own self out of the spot. And I see everything. I was invited to go to the award show. I'm not spending no money to go to the award show because I don't care nothing. I want to be clear on it. Nothing against Jason Lee. That don't make me get on no plane. Now, if he said, Wiley, you can host the award show, I'll be on the first class flight on American Express or American Airlines. I'll be the first plane smoking out of here. That's a host. But me going take pictures, that ain't me. I never been that type of person to take a picture. When we were nominated for an award for the boss, we didn't go. First of all, we didn't go because they didn't nominate other people. I was a backup nomination because Armand Wiggins wasn't nominated. He didn't want to take the nomination. And I said, I'm not coming. If it ain't good for him, it ain't good for me either. So I stayed at home. So, because once they told him, well, they offered it to him first, but he refused. Then you come to me, I'm not nobody's side piece. Once they find out I ain't going nowhere, I'm staying at home. Okay? So, when it comes to Erica Banks, when she talked that trash about the queen, she should have ate it and played the game. Nicki said something. I said, now you got to pass the vibe check. And I don't want to network with people or be around people that is trashing me unless it is just profitable. We could just trash each other and make a good thing unless it's profitable. But just go out of my way, you just trash me, and I don't see the worth in you to do it. I don't do it. Just like I brought other people in it just to test, see if it worked. A lot of people flopped. They couldn't work because they was doing too much. They were flip-flopping, and I had to distance myself from them. And so now we're good. Just like I'm bringing Katie Talk 101 back on Two Minute Lady, I'm bringing Don back on 2 Minute. That's it. We have went through a lot of other people that want to. Some other YouTubers, some were big that we put them on. We was going to pay them to come on. They refused because they wanted to be with the popular kids. And then them popular kids still not accepting them and say, go right ahead. All right. So that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to move on. I present the idea. It's up to you to take it. You don't want to take it, that's you. I'm going to move on. Because at the end of the day, I'm still going to be successful. Just like when we start our live show and we reached out to some other talent to join in with us, they all said no because they want to work with other YouTubers. I said, that's fine. And I talked with myself and I prayed on. I said, I'm going to do it myself. I want to be so successful that they're begging me, can we please do something together? And the answer is going to be no. But you can't say I didn't ask you, because y'all are so, and this is what I'm saying about Erica Banks, you rushing so much. You can't rush success. If you really want to be with Nicki Minaj, you should have ate that. Stop flip-flopping. Stop picking up other people's beef. Be patient, and you will get Nicki Minaj on your show. I was the type of person that was impatient with Jason Lee. I get that, Erica Banks. I was like you, very impatient. Oh, he didn't come on my show. I dragged him. And then I had to eat that because I was impatient. I should have been very patient. So now, me and Jason had a talk. We're good. We're cordial. He's not my friend. We just cordial as colleagues. And here we go. And so now when things will happen, you got to be patient. It's a very patient thing. Now, some stuff are deserving for you to go back and forth and have a tit for tat. But Erica, it destroyed your career because at the end of the day, it's not about Nicki. It's about her followers. That's why you want Nicki, because if you join in on her, they also got to eat up your music as well. Your streams go up as well, because those barbs, they want any number one for Nicki to get back to Cardi B. And the same thing with Cardi. So that's something that you have to do. And I honestly want to say to you, Cardi B, to you, Erica Banks, that you got to work harder. You got lazy. And I know it's your label because they're not supporting you. I feel like whenever you do your interview, you're going to talk about how they didn't support your project, how they not give you the resources. You're going to pretty much blame him. But now let's hope and pray that you got a good lawyer to get you out of that slave contract. But I highly doubt it. But what you need to do is do more television, because that's how you're going to make your money, and still work on some records and release it. So when you go on tour, you got some new songs, some bops to do it, because you are talented. Do I believe you need better writers? Yes. Better producers, Missy Elliott, Dream, all type of, you need maybe Babyface to do like an R&B rap. You need to try with different producers, because you definitely have to do that as well. Because in business, I'm going to be real with you, you do have to have relationships. I have relationships in this business. Now, what I used to say, because I didn't know no better, you don't need no motherfucking relations. Fuck the relationship. Fuck them relationship. And I used to say that. F them relationship. But now it's no. You do need relationships in this business. All right? This is a business. So I had to eat that out. I was like, no, you do. You just have to be careful who you get in business with. But you do have to be, relationships is key. Build a relationship. That's why I thank God that I built some relationships in this business. That's why my blog is doing well. It could be better, but it's doing well. Because we have that. So, because the people that's working with me, I have a relationship. Because a lot of things I didn't know. I'm like, what to do this? How to put ads? How you do this? How you do that? I didn't know I was new to this. But because of my relationships, you can pick up the phone and they can just walk you through it. So you have to have networking. You have to have relationships. You have to. Networking is key in this business. And I do a lot of networking. Baby, when I get in my Ubers and Lyft, I network. Every time, I've networked. And I will continue to network, because this is how you build relationships. Now, to Erica Banks, you in a bad spot because you don't have a cosign. You need to open your legs up to a top producer or to a top rapper. You need a cosign. Open them legs up, cook them their food, play the part to get you some clout. You need to get somebody that's attractive, and I personally do believe you need to date YK Osiris. He's very controversial. Y'all look good together. I think you need to date YK Osiris. I do believe that you need to date somebody with you need some controversy. I don't care if fake. Give him that yoni. He love to slob on people. You need to date YK Osiris. You need to give that yoni up. You have something very prized possession. Open them legs up and use that yoni to push you on the charts. Open it up. Nobody's going to tell you that, but I told you some good advice. It worked because your body's looking good. You got to show because of my advice. So now listen to Mr. Wiley again. I'll give you some free advice, some free games. Open them legs up to a top producer or rapper. I personally think you should do YK Osiris. Maybe let Chris Brown beat it up. You need somebody with some controversy, with some clout, and you need to use it. Get to using that throat and don't let it go in the throat. You got to do it. And then we'll talk about you in the blogs. Oh my gosh, she's with YK Osiris. What do Sukihana got to say? Oh my gosh, you got to be able to use that yoni. I'm going to tell you this, and I know a lot of you don't want to hear it. When Lori Harvey is the prime example of how to position your golden yoni to wealth. And that is something that I see Lori Harvey have did. She knew how to use her golden yoni, her sexiness, and also that yoni, how to dominate the industry. I don't understand women that got a yoni that look good and don't know how to use. Either that thing is just dusty and just with cobwebs, or it's just broken, or either you just stupid. Ain't nowhere in the world that I'm gonna have a yoni, breasts, beautiful, and not use it. Kingdoms fell because of the power of the yoni. You need to study that. Kingdom David was anointed and he fell down because of Bathsheba, the power of the yoni. That was somebody else's wife. That beauty, breasts, yoni, because she was butt naked. He put her husband in the front lines just so he could try to marry her, because the power of that breast, the power of the breasts, and the power of the yoni made that man do that. So use that, Erica Banks. Bank on that yoni. And I'm telling you, you're going to do it because you're going to listen to me, because you watch everything people say. And I know people going to send it to you, but I hope they screen record it and tag me on Instagram and tag you. And I'm going to tag you as well, make this a YouTube short. You need to use your yoni. Use it. Megan used hers, and it cost her a pinky toe, but you can use yours, and it can give you a golden record, a #1 record, the success that you want. You want more streams. You want to go on tour and travel in arenas. So it's so many great guys out there that is single. Why don't you shoot your shot at Michael B. Jordan? Give him some of that yoni. You date a A-list actor, that helps your career. What is the man name that the preacher that left Megan? What was her name? I don't know. Date the preacher. What is his name? So I'm just going to be clear with you all now, and I want you to understand it. I want you to do that. Listen to me, Erica Banks. Listen to me, because ain't nobody going to tell you right, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. I say, and I'm not hurting your feelings, I say use your yoni to your benefit, and I say you should do it. Honestly, that's what I say. You should do it. I'm just keeping it real. Now, press 1 in the chat. Do y'all believe that? Press 1 in the chat. Do y'all believe that? Press 2. Yeah, Davion Franklin. Erica Franklin. That sounds good. Erica, give some of that Franklin, some of that good, some of that wet. He's a little depressed now. He's sad now. And that's the time that you bust your move. That's the time. I'm just trying to tell you, got to use what you got to get what you want. DC Unfly. He just buried his woman. She's gone. She's in the grave. So you alive and well, and you didn't get butchered up, and you got butchered up, but your doctor actually did not play you and stuff you in a hotel room. You need to go to Wild 'N Out and try to mush your move to DC Unfly. That is instant clout. That is instant clout. Okay? You need to bust your move immediately. So I'm just giving you ideas. Devon Franklin, I'm sorry. I just want you to I'm just giving you advice, because you know why I'm giving it to you, because I love you. I can see you in the next 5 years being on the level of Nicki Minaj. I can see that because you already got the skill set, you got the talent, you're beautiful, you chocolate. You could be the first chocolate girl to overthrow Nicki Minaj as the top female rapper. You got what you want. So all you got to do is use that yoni to drive through the market in this female industry because you got something that Nicki Minaj don't got. You got more good prime quality yoni. So you need to use it to make you go number one. Let's move on. All right. Let's move on. Now, this other topic that we definitely want to dive into right now is Tasha K and Cardi B. Now, we broke the story last night, and I told you have multiple sources. We're going to really dive into and really slow walk this thing today. Really slow walk this thing, all of this stuff that is going on. We just definitely going to slow walk and just really get into it, into this conversation. Tasha K had a court proceeding on the phone with the bankruptcy trustee. And it was Cardi B lawyer as a creditor, bankruptcy trustee, also the IRS. So I want to just walk you through all of this stuff that Cardi B have listened to Wiley advice. Thank you, Cardi, for listening to us. So I want to go and have so many notes here that I want to go and dive into these notes because it's very important that I do it. And I told y'all, I said Cardi B need to apply pressure to the courts to put it on the docket. She have done that. So I want to tell you this. Tasha K was sworn under oath. She put her hand on the Bible that she would tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God. She said, I do. In this conversation, on this hearing, they said, "Do you what business you own?" She said she don't own no businesses. She said her husband owned businesses with different locations. Came out that the location with Healing Entertainment, it was a P.O. box. She also posts her real address. Once they leak the recording, we will post all that on our website. Because the address that we got from Bishop Whitehead is also a P.O. box. It's not the real address, nor does she have her real mailing address. But the trustee asked her, how much do you pay for rent? And we're talking about that condo that she lived in Florida. So she told the trustee, I pay $2,500 a month. Okay, then Cardi B attorney said, well, wait a minute. In that building, how many bedrooms do you have? I have 3 bedrooms. He said, when I was looking at the listing, the minimum rent there for a 3-bedroom is a minimum of $4,500. And then Tasha K, she changed it up. Well, wait. My part of it is $2,500. That's my part of the rent. But they didn't ask you your part of the rent, your portion. No, she said, my portion of the rent is $2,500. They didn't ask you for your portion. They said, what is the amount of rent you pay? The rent payment, the amount. She said to it. Then she changed it up and said, it's $5,000 a month that she paid. Then she have a house in Georgia that she bought back in 2020. After the judgment, the judge told her, do not move your assets, do not touch it, do not try to move it. What Tasha K done behind, she was so stupid, she lost the judgment, took her name off the deed, and just kept it in her husband's name. Then William Ray said, of course, the judge, the Honorable William Ray said, don't touch any of your assets. You can't do that. She did it. Then Tasha K lawyer was trying to speak, but he wasn't prepared trying to speak. He couldn't really speak. Then they said, how much did you pay? How much do you owe Olga? Because Olga is named in the paperwork. She put Olga name in the paperwork. How much do you owe Olga? 0, she said. He also she put Cardi B lawyer in there. How much you owe? I don't owe him nothing. So she put all of these different lawyers on the court document. We posted it all on www.wileythetroll.com. Every single piece of document we put in, of course, we slapped our logo on it because y'all like to steal. But she named every single lawyer, and in the documents, 0, 0, 0. So Cardi B lawyer like, well, why are you putting the lawyers in the paperwork and putting 0? Oh, just on and all that. Okay, she didn't really give an answer, but she put them all in there. Then they said, in this type of way, they said, well, they were talking about the bags that she said, Louis Vuitton bags that she had. Oh, yeah, how much is it? Well, I really don't know because the bags are used. And they said, well, where's the bags? Oh, I don't know. I missed it, but I have to find them. And she said, you know what? I'll find them. So I'm like, wait a minute. She trying to find her bags. She trying to lie and talk about, well, the bags, she put an amount on the bags. And then she said, well, the bags are used. And they was like, well, okay, where is the bags? Do you have a picture? She don't know where the bags are. And then she said, well, I'll take a picture of the bags and send it to the court, send it to the trustee. Then they said, they got to the taxes. And she kept saying, well, I owe $120,000 in taxes, $120,000. The tax agent, the IRS agent on the phone said, no, Tasha K, no, Miss Kibi, you actually owe more than $120,000 because there are multiple tax you haven't filed for some years with an S. You haven't filed for some years. Then you have some filings missing. And then Tasha K got on there and she said, well, okay. You know what? I'll get back. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I send it to you on tomorrow. Yeah, on tomorrow, which is today. I'm going to send you all those filings tomorrow. The IRS person said, no, you can do it. You can send it on July 14th. Because you're so stupid as a lie. Nobody in their good, common decency mind going to get all of these tax records and send it all to and file it tomorrow. This lady just said, I just don't understand what she's doing on this line. I do understand. I'm going to break it down to you because I understand this devil. Then she said, well, we filed separate. Then she tried to file separate out of the judgment and not as a married couple. Then they asked her about the banks in Africa. This is Cardi B lawyer. But do your husband own any? Do you own any banks in Africa? No. But do your husband own a bank account? Well, no, but he owned a bank account in Africa when he was 14 years old. This woman went all the way back when he was 14 years old. Then they said, and then they asked her, are you planning on suing anybody in the future? Are you planning on suing anybody? She said, no. And they said, oh, wait, I am going to be suing my lawyers. Yes, Olga and them, I'm going to be suing them for malpractice. I'm going to be suing them all for malpractice. But I can't do it right now because I don't have the money. I don't have it. I ain't got it. Then she said, the husband got properties, and they asked about the business. She said, oh yeah, Kibi Studios, we dissolved that business. And she said, well, when do you all dissolve the Kibi Studio? Oh, we dissolved it after the judgment. So after the judgment, they just dissolve the judgment. Now let's go back to Olga. Let's go back to Tasha K lawyer. She said, yeah, my criminal defense lawyer, she lied. She was a criminal defense. She kept saying criminal defense because she's trying to lay the groundwork to say that Olga was not qualified to represent her in this case, even though she had hired her to work during the trial, even though she even hired her to work through the appeal. So if she was such a lawyer that was an ineffective counsel, why would you hire the same ineffective counsel to represent you in the appeal process? Don't make any sense to me. Okay, so she said, I'm literally suing the lawyer. She said she's suing them all. She got multiple lawyers on there, and she said she's gonna be suing them in the future, but not today because I ain't got the money to sue them. Because according to her, she only got $95 in her Chase account. $95. Then she said, well, did your husband file bankruptcy for Kibi Studio? No, but she admitted and said, we have dissolved Kibi Studios. Now, the thing is, Tasha K personally got to pay Cardi B $1 million. Kibi Studios got to pay $3 million. Because of the fact that they named Kibi Studios and Tasha is because Tasha said, well, you can't sue me. I don't work for Kibi Studios. My husband owns Kibi Studios. I just work there. I'm just an employee. I just work there. So Cardi B team said, okay, we gonna sue you, Tasha K, And we're going to name in the complaint Kibi Studios. So Kibi Studios is on the hook for $3 million and Tasha K is on the hook for $1 million. Now, something else that's missing here is a stalling tactic. Everybody kept saying, why is she doing this? She playing around with the tactics. It is a stalling tactic and it's a way that she control Cardi B because all of this publicity. But Tasha K got something else in her bag that she about to pull on these people. So now Tasha K got the husband with the money, pulling it all in finance. She about to pull another one. Now this next one she's going to pull is going to be an announcement where she's going to make a post that she's going to be legally separating from her husband. And after the legally separating from her husband, she's going to announce that she's going to divorce her husband. And why are you saying divorce? Because she's going to create so much chaos and say, it was my husband that told me to do this, to force me to do these videos. We can't be focused on this. I want to divorce my husband. He's not the man with inconceivable differences. You know how that crap they say. She's going to try to divorce him to make it seem like put him on the hook for all of this debt. She's going to try to divorce her husband. She's laying the groundwork and say, I'm going to divorce. You're going to see a bankruptcy and you also going to see a divorce. She's doing everything possible to delay. Then she can tell the bankruptcy, well, right now, we really can't focus on this Chapter 11 because I'm divorcing my husband due to the stress, due to infidelity, due to all of this. And all of this stuff, she's trying to create so much chaos, that's what she's doing. She's going to divorce her husband. All of the groundwork, she's going to say, I had to go to a hospital, anguish management. I'm depressed. My husband is the owner of this, okay? My husband is the owner of this. And then she already laid in the ground and said, we married, but we separated. She's going to make an announcement and she's going to leave her husband. She's going to put all the blame on her husband, say, oh, my husband. But even though he's in with it, because they're trying to do everything possible not to pay all of these millions of dollars, which they still going to have to pay. But it's all about stalling the inevitable, stalling the big old jet. They're just going to stall it. It's all what it is, stalling. So while they stalling, it's more content. Because when she announced that she's going to divorce her husband, imagine all of the videos is going to come out. And she still got the bankruptcy over her head, and they still cannot garnish her YouTube checks unless the judge override it and say, yes, she can continue to garnish, because that is at a standstill, meaning that Tasha can still put videos on her YouTube channel and get all of the money. Now, this is the kicker. This is like the kicker when it comes to it. Then we get people to post this. Let me see if I can find something that I thought I emailed it to myself. I want to find this because this came across my desk, and which is so important that you all can definitely see it, because we never knew how much money is she getting from the app. Like no one ever knew. No one ever knows. It's such a big secret. She really don't know, and she keeping it so secretive when it comes to like her app and her husband. And then they asked her in court, do you own an app? Tasha K said, no, I don't own no app. Then she said, well, do your husband? Oh, no, he don't own an app, because somebody else, either her mother or her mother-in-law, somebody else, she put him over the app. They get all the money and they just give it back. They funnel it back to Tasha and to her husband. That's literally what they are doing. I tried to tell you. And the story said, oh, yeah, she don't own. No. She's not over the app. She ain't in the name at all. It's the person kept saying the mother. And the mother is involved. It could be her mother or her mother-in-law, but it ain't got no Tasha on there. Neither is her husband, the owner of the app. Now, this is the kicker of it. Because they did this app through a third-party company, this app is showing the husband name on here. So give me a second so you all can definitely see it, because it's literally showing the husband name on here. But that doesn't mean anything, because it's all about what's on the paperwork, the amount. And that's something that Cardi B team going to have to garnish or subpoena those records to see about all of that. But as of right now, this is the only preview that we have of her about. You can get a little estimate of how much money she's bringing in on the app, a little bit of estimate. So give me a quick second here. I'm going to post this on here so you all can see this. Okay, while that's uploading on that, so we can see of the app. So as you can see right now, she said 10,000 plus downloads that she have. Every particular download, that's just a count that, let's just say it's 10,000. Let's give her that number and say it's 10,000 people that is paying $12.99. Now, mind you, she had it for $2.99. She switched that up a couple of months ago and made it a solid $12.99. And it's also 10,000 people that let's just say 2,000 people are paying $12.99. That's almost $130,000 a month. $130,000 a month. In the bankruptcy paperwork, it don't even show that she even getting that amount of money, nor her husband is making $130,000. They got it by minimum that he's making about $30,000 to about $40,000, and Tasha making a couple of $1,000s. They're not even putting nowhere near the $150,000 to $160,000 to $180,000. Everybody forget about that. They're like, wait, and I'm looking like, whoa. Where is the six figures? Well, you almost got almost $200,000 a month that you're getting. Why that income? None of that income is mentioned in the bankruptcy court. And then Tasha pretty much letting it go. We don't own the app. And what she's saying, what the source saying, we don't own it. We just doing this for fun. We volunteer doing this for fun as a content creator. I'm just a content creator. I'm doing this out of goodness of my heart. And when it comes to that, now the kicker with Cardi B and what Cardi B have to do, as you clearly can see, this woman is just hiding, funding money. Cardi B have to, unfortunately, she's gonna have to spend more money to get forensic accountants to look at the money, to follow the dollar, and to see all of this stuff that's going on, how this woman is playing games. Look at the fact of her employees. They're not even paying taxes. They're getting paid in cash apps. Then they stop getting paid in cash apps, and they're getting envelopes with cash. Because the cash app, they stop putting the cash app, and then they'll put in the cash app FOOD for food. Then they stop doing the cash apps, and then every 2 weeks, they will pay them in cash. No cash, because you know in cash apps, they track that with cash app. They been stopped that after the judgment, and now they're paying them in cash. And so when they come up, oh, we just pretty much volunteer to doing this, and you know, and I hope they don't actually say that to the IRS and lie to people that's investigating, because you get yourself in a lot of trouble. But they're literally getting paid in cash, not in cash app. They are literally playing games, and Tasha K is playing what I call a very dangerous game, actually playing and lying to the courts just for you do not get your checks garnished. But you're causing more harm, because now you got to go and file all of these taxes, all these tax returns, and then now we got all of this more money with the taxes, because the tax person was there, which I hardly understood. Why the tax person on the phone? They said, no, Tasha, you owe more money in taxes because you didn't even file a lot of years. So, right, she said $120,000. It could be $250,000 or $500,000 that she owed in taxes, and not even account of the penalties and the interest. So this woman is playing a dangerous game. I don't know who advising, Tasha K, and why is she doing all this And like everybody kept saying, I kept saying, she should just shut up. But now Cardi B is unleashing the full weight of the legal system after her, and she's going to find out where all that money that she's funneling, because right now Tasha K is pretty much lying and saying, I only got $52,000 on my account. Okay, but how you paying your car note? Where you put your money? Is it most people, when you get paid for the app, it got to be direct deposit. They're not mailing you a check. They're not mailing you a check for YouTube. You literally getting that stuff deposited in your account. So where is the money going? Is what I'm saying. Okay, this is definitely all this stuff with this bankruptcy fraud is just so stupid. When your ego is doing so much, just putting you, yourself, and your family at risk is dangerous. And it also comes into play, her husband is very dangerous and very wicked, because you should have stand up, and you allowing your wife to just put your family in the pits of financial hell. And y'all don't have to go through this, because all she had to do was delete it. And then Tasha K said this, and it went over people's head. She went in front of an African bank. Hey, y'all, in front of African bank. And she said that pretty much when you calculate the currency that she said, that she had deposited over $500,000 into the African bank. $500,000. So this woman she have literally, after that judgment, she shipped all of her money, deposited all of her money in Africa, and she's over here in America plain broke. This is some illegal stuff that she's doing, and she's definitely making a big bag off of Cardi, but she's doing a lot of illegal stuff, and she's lying to the courts, but she knows she lying because she already know this bankruptcy gonna get thrown out. And I just want to just prolong it because it keeps me in the news with Cardi B. It keeps people talking about me every time I log into YouTube, even because I know the success, even when she's not on YouTube, when she allowing somebody else to guest co-host, they're reaping the benefit. Well, Tasha's reaping the benefits because she got the views are steadily. They're not really reaping the benefits in subscribers, yes. But we all know this is not a paid subscriber model. This is an ad model, meaning that people have to view your product. And so when I calculated the views of the guest hostess over there, Bonnie Blue, her views have not went up. Her subscribers went up, but the views have not went up. But she don't care because Tasha is paying her and she's getting more subscribers. But honey, you ain't the reason why your views is not up because you ain't lying and being salacious like Tasha K. It's a good thing that you're there hosting, but you ain't lying. But when it comes to Tasha K, I call to a loudmouth. Now I can call her a loudmouth criminal. Embezzlement. And then Cardi B said, you're going to jail. And Cardi B lawyers is setting her up, Tasha K, up to get her for perjury. They're doing everything possible to lock her up. They want her to serve some criminal charges. And then also the judge told her you cannot harass Cardi B. So now they're going to file some things with Mr. Ray, the Honorable Judge Ray. They're going to file some with him and say get him on the docket because she have violated the order. She cannot talk about Cardi B no more and harass her. She have already violated that. So it's just a lot that this woman has been doing, and this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't care how much clout it is. You could have gotten all of this clout already because Tasha K already had the infrastructure. She already was on her way to $1 million. She did not need to drag and just harass Cardi. That to me does not make any sense. Maybe if we see something else that she got pulled, maybe a movie or a documentary or something she's trying to do with Netflix, a Netflix stand-up comedy special, which I don't think is going to happen. I need to see what's her end game. But do I want to see her go to prison? Do I want to see Tasha K be somebody prison bitch? Yes, I do want Tasha K in prison. Absolutely, I want her in prison because it's not right. If she have to be out of prison, then you might as well dig up Al Capone and wipe his record clean because he went to prison for tax evasion. You might as well get Wesley Snipes and wipe his record clean because he went to prison for tax evasion. You might as well take all these liens off these other people's properties because they had some messed up thing with taxes. You might as well wipe out Lauryn Hill record because she went to prison for not paying her taxes. I mean, if everybody else get paid, Tasha K is not exempt. Okay? And she's literally not exempt. So absolutely, yes, she needs to be locked up because what she's doing is violating the law, breaking the law, and I believe in law and order. Lock her hind part away, throw them kids to the state, ship her husband back to Africa, and we will continue to have peace on these YouTube streets because she have went out of her way and harassed Cardi B, and now it is time for her to deal with the consequences. If you do the crime, you must do the time. So I stand on that she need to be in prison, in a federal prison, right? All right, that's exactly what I need to say right then and there. Now, I going to put this out here and post this on here as well, that you all can see this. We're gonna open up the phone lines if y'all want to call in. I don't know if y'all want to call in or not. But give me a quick second here. I want to make sure I open up the phone lines and allow y'all to call in because, like I said, I wasn't going to be here all day in this type of situation. I'm also going to post a link to my website. If you want to go to my website and see my website, I can definitely post it on my website so you all can see it. The article that we wrote the receipts that we posted on whythethetroll.com, so I can definitely see y'all as well and post on there. So give me a quick second and maybe y'all go rush that, watch that, go read it, take the receipts, and also you can go leave a comment on there as well. Leave a comment on there as well. And then we also will go and open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in. I thought I posted that in there. Wait a minute. Did I do that wrong thing? Hold on. Let me see. I thought I posted the members only. Hold on. Let me post the WileyTheTroll.com here, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. She definitely needs to go over that type of way. All right. So let me go to Google here, and I think I talked about everything. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and then any other topic I didn't talk about, we can always talk about that in the YouTube short, or we can talk about it tomorrow. But I just didn't want to make this particular video too long. I wanted to get to the meat and the potatoes because I know Cardi B want justice, and she need justice. Okay, she need justice. Okay. All right, she need justice, and we ask for justice for Cardi B, and lock up Tasha K. Hashtag lock up Tasha K. Lock up Tasha K. Lock up Tasha K. She need to be off the street. She is a danger to this world. Lock her up and put her under the jail. Okay. Lock her up. The number is 972-674-9462, 972-674-9462, 972-674-9462, 972-674, 9462. If you all want to call in, we got the number open. So if y'all want to call in, it's the time that you want to call in. Hashtag lock up Tasha K. Lock up Tasha K is the hashtag. Put it in there. Okay. Hello. Wait a minute. Hello. You live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey, what's your mind? Go ahead.
I disagree with you with locking her up. I don't understand why white America and other nationalities, they can get away with murder, but every time they want to crucify somebody of color or somebody that's African.
Okay, you're saying that this ain't about color. This is about a black woman that richly broken the law, and she needs to be locked up. Many white people went to prison as well for tax evasion, for not paying their tax, or harassing people, actually stalking people. This woman, Tasha K, is not exempt, though she's black. But that black person needs to be off the street because she had violated the Honorable Judge Ray. She had violated the laws of the land, and she need to be locked up. All right, is she still there? Okay, all right, because she ain't even talking. Okay, hello, welcome to the Wiley Show. You need to mute me in the back. You need to mute me in the back. Hello.
Hello, yes.
You need to mute me in the back, please.
Okay, hold on. Let me do that.
All right, hello. The number is 972-674-9462 is the number. Okay. All right, you there, ma'am?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Yes.
All right. Yes, well, I agree with you. She needs to be locked up. Tasha K is doing too much at this point, and I agree with you 1,000%. She needs to leave that woman alone. What is wrong with Tasha K? At this point, she's psycho. And I never see nobody so obsessed with another person. She is a woman. It's not about black and white. It's about a human being. She is a mother. Just like you, she's a woman just like you. She's going through things. Being a celebrity don't mean anything. That's her job. That's her career. That's her career. And at the meantime, what is the problem? You lost your lawsuit. You on deck because of $400 million. Leave that woman alone. Find something else to do. I believe that woman have a lot of traumatized when she was a child or something. Her mama didn't want her. Her father didn't want her. Don't want her. She been raped so many damn times, drugs abuse, all kind of stuff, and she just miserable. It has to be some type of traumatize her that she has to be, against another woman. I mean, Cardi B is gonna be Cardi B. Everybody be asking Cardi B, oh, where is another album? Where is another album? And a lot of you don't even have a damn pat to pee on your damn own self. Why do you worry about Cardi B putting this, putting that? That woman is rich. That woman's already made it. Worrying about your guys who can make something of yourself. And Tasha K need to be locked up. I want that bitch to be locked up because at this point she's sick. She is really sick. That shit look weird, sound weird. It's like it's something wrong with her. Something is really wrong with her. And she needs some type of mental illness. help. She needs some type of assistance, psychology, because she's sick. She lost her mind. What is wrong with that woman against Cardi B so much? If I have a case like that against someone and I lost my case and I'm on a $400 million debt, I don't even mention that bitch. I wouldn't even follow her. She follow Cardi B. Why do you follow Cardi B on her social media? Why do you follow her? I didn't want to know nothing about that person anymore. Never again with all that. Cardi B, her mama, her child, none of that. I would don't even want to be around and don't even want to mention none of her family name or her name or around me or my surrender. This woman is sick, very sick. So I agree with you, Wiley. She needs to be locked up, and I want her to be locked up. I pray to the Lord. I pray to God to lock that bitch up. She needs to be locked up. At this point, she really needs it. At first, I thought it was a joke. It was funny. It was fun for a moment, but she just went too far with this. She just went too far. And it's something like she got something against the Spanish people, Latino, something like that. Because bitch, you never gonna get nowhere. She's never gonna get to the level of Cardi B, regardless, never. And then I hate when people forget what the hell they come from. Don't remember where you come from, Tasha? Who you talking about? You being 18 years married, doing it like you such a damn online thing, like you such a lady. Bitch, you are not. You be fucking married man. You be working in the goddamn restaurant as a host. That's how you met your man. It literally, practically, just like a street club, because all of them bitches who work in a fucking restaurant, I'm sorry, they don't get offended or whatever. Most of them, they be giving their booty. Because they ain't got nothing else to do. Okay? Right. Because when you're such an intelligent or you such a thing, you get a better job. So that's all I got to say, Wiley. I love your show.
Thank you.
And
hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley. Wiley, can you hear me?
What's your topic? Go ahead.
Hey, Wiley, this is Zaydon. I had to come on right now because this whole Tasha K story is starting to become too much. So just recently, Tasha K posted on her YouTube when she had those gray, orange things at her legs and the heels on. And I commented on her post and I told her, I said, at this point, Tasha K, it's hard to have sympathy for you. It's hard to, have pity for you on your situation because of what happened. But at this point, you're just playing with fire. You're going to continue to chase after Cardi B. You're going to continue to do all these antics and hide the bunny. And let me just say, Wiley, now, I don't condone him locking up no black woman. Because if Trump ain't locked up, then they shouldn't lock up Tasha K. But I also believe that she is innocent until proven guilty. So until the jury of her peers comes into that courtroom and slaps down that judgment saying, we find in this point Tasha K guilty, she is innocent. Now, she's just playing the game. I hope, Wiley, that she has the blueprint for the end of this, because if it doesn't happen, she's going to look like the dumbest person in history to go down after chasing after a recording artist with millions and millions of dollars. And you're right, Wiley. She is putting her family in financial ruin. And her husband, Mr. Sheikh, is that his name, whatever? He is just not doing a good job at being a man in his household. Although Tasha K is making the money, he should be having some type of cojones and we gotta stop this. We got kids' futures we gotta take care of. But Wiley, if Tasha Wade was convicted, and this is my question to you, how many years will she get if you say that to lock Tasha K up?
I don't know how many years Wesley Snipes or Lauryn Hill got, but 5 years minimum.
So you would sentence if you were in the courtroom and you were one of the jurors, you would say give Tasha K 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years hard labor.
Okay. Do you think that would teach her a lesson, or you think that she'll be a different Tasha K?
That would teach her a very hard lesson. Yes, 5 years.
All right. Well, that's what I gotta say, Wiley. This was an amazing show, and I'm glad I got to talk to you really fast. But yeah, Tasha K, she's just making stupid moves.
Well, so thank you. Okay, let me get this other call. Thank you, Zaydon. Let me get this other caller that called in, and we're done because we said what we said. Unless okay, this person called it back.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the Wiley Show. Go ahead.
Wiley, it's Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar. Yes, go ahead.
How you doing, Wiley?
I'm doing good. I just want to know how you're doing. Are you taking your medicine and everything?
I'm not ordered by the court to take any medicine. Judge said so.
I ain't talking about you ordered by the courts, but your doctor, you have a mental illness. You said you should take your medicine.
Well, the judge, I'm gonna listen to the judge. You know, I got a case.
But you should listen to your psychiatrist. That's your doctor.
Well, you know, my doctor told me if I chose to stop taking my medication, that would be my choice. He made a suggestion, and the judge said I ain't got to take no medicine. So, you know.
Because you know when you put honestly, we don't want you to go through what you went through in the past because you had, you know what I'm saying, you had put your son ashes on you, may he rest in peace. You did all that stuff. So I don't want that to happen to you again. I definitely don't want you to get back
being gaslit and antagonized. It was a very terrible day. You know, people look at that day and they look at what I did, but they don't look at all of the surrounding things that happened in that crazy 40 hours. My husband had threatened to kill me, pulled a gun out on me twice, tried to kill Solar. We was hitchhiking on I-20, then got back in the car, talked him into the back seat, got all of the guns, then he fought us for the guns. Like, there was a whole lot of stuff that happened leading up to that moment. Matter of fact, by the time we had got there, I had only had about 3 hours sleep in 36 hours. And what's crazy is nothing would have ever happened at the barbershop if it wasn't for my husband. We were waiting for him at the VFW, me and Solar and his mentor.
Right. Did you ever have sex with Solar? Did you ever have sex with Solar? Because he's very sexual.
No, that's my nephew.
So you never had, because your husband told me different. Because when I talked to your husband, he said y'all
slept in my husband says a lot of things, honey. You're talking to a man that suffers from psychosis. He's also a pathological liar, and he has a lot of mental issues. And you keep forgetting that he's a product of incest. They teeter-totter on the brink of insanity at all times.
But my thing is this: both of y'all have mental illnesses, so one can't call out the other. Both of y'all.
What I have is PTSD, and they said with a touch of bipolar, non-specific or consistent, only trigger-based, which basically just means I'm an angry Black woman. Everyone already knew that.
So are you free with your case now? Everything good with your case now?
Well, I have my competency hearing coming up July 19th. I've already done the examination with the new physician. I liked him. He was really great. That last one, Dr. Pittman, he should retire. He's a mess. Do you know why he found me incompetent?
I honestly, I don't think you're incompetent. I think you are a very talented person.
But do you know why I was found incompetent?
I honestly, you have suffered from mental illness. Your family have said that for years.
It will make you laugh, Wiley, when you hear why he declared me incompetent. He said I wasn't really Jaguar Wright, that I made it all up, that I was spouting delusions of grandeur. I was highly intelligent, but there was no way I'm me.
I want to ask you this, Jag, and I want to ask you this, Jag. Do you know how much money? Do you know how much money YouTubers have made off you? The amount?
Oh, absolutely.
Money?
And they're all welcome.
What's your prediction of the amount of money that YouTubers have made on you?
And they are all very much so welcome. I appreciate them very much.
How much money you think people have made off of your name? Can you
Oh God, I don't bother to count, but I know it's a lot. The accounts that I pay attention to, I do keep a tally though.
Yeah, because my thing is when I saw you getting evicted out of your apartment, I said that shouldn't be when you have made, and that's I have the number right here. It was a YouTuber that made almost almost $300,000 off of you. They almost made $300,000
because my name wasn't on any of those documents. I wasn't on the lease.
I know your name wasn't on the lease, but you still was homeless because y'all all got out of the apartment.
I wasn't homeless. We were moving into another house. I booked us a suite for 10 days so we could relax while I was finishing up the closing for the new house. And we were going to be moving in right after we did the Tasha K interview here in Dallas.
But you
Yeah,
wasn't in there. You was in Louisiana in a
there was
motel
no
room. Like you
homelessness.
was in a motel. You was homeless. You went in on.
No, I wasn't in a motel. I was staying in a king suite, a double suite with 2 bedrooms, its own kitchen, a balcony, and we had a pool view.
But my thing is this: it was very hard. I was hurt for
I
you
mean, if
because
that's homeless,
when you got
baby, let me do that the rest of my life.
when
Huh?
you got out of jail and you had to go
Yeah.
to a pretty much be share a room with another woman because of
Oh, no, there
violence.
was no one in my room. There was no one in my room.
Oh, so
I
it wasn't
invited.
nobody in your rooms. Oh, okay. So
No, there wasn't anyone in my room.
oh.
There was no way I could do it. The whole purpose for me being there was so no one could find me. That was the whole purpose. I could have went to the hotel, but when I went to the hotel, I got spotted, I got formed, and then people started showing up. And I didn't need the pressure. So we moved myself into a place where no one would be looking for me. I did have my own room. There was no one in the room with me until I invited little baby girl in. And I was working with her kind of, I guess you could say, as a sponsor. And then there was the whole morning that the water got cut off. And I told Miss Hannigan, Shavonna Patterson, that I was going to be calling the state on her, and then she threatened to come beat me up. I got all the text messages. It was really terrible.
Yeah,
And
I want to know. I want to know why are you speaking out now? Because you were very silent at one point, and it is an open case. Why are you speaking out now? Is what people want to know. Why are you speaking out now? Why are you talking to us now?
If I'm quiet, people should be afraid because that means I'm studying. That means I'm watching. I monitored about 65 different accounts over the course of 9 days, just sitting in the bushes, just watching, listening. Then I made a post, and then the fake Jags started popping up again. That was really interesting, tracking all of them down. Took a lot of work.
I want to ask you this one question because I was looking at your mugshot, and many people don't know that you were locked up. And first of all, you was in Louisiana for a while. Then they transferred you to Texas. My thing is this: are you going to still do the same crazy things? Going to an apartment building, cussing out Officer Ramirez? Are you still going to harass the police, or you're done with that?
Well, as per my lawyer's request, I regretfully must decline answering anything regarding my very open case and my bond.
Oh, okay. So you can't answer that, but obviously you're.
What I will say is this: my work continues, whether I'm at the face of
your work continue. My last question is right now: are you going to divorce your husband? Are you going to file divorce paperwork?
I see no need to file divorce paperwork. He said he was going to file divorce paperwork. Actually, he said that we were already divorced, and then before that, he said we weren't really married. And my husband says a lot of things. Right now, what I do know is that my husband is in hiding. He's very, very, very distressed and mentally ill. And I think I'm the only person in his life that can make the proper decisions for him for his future if he's going to have one. His family's disowned him. He doesn't have any friends left. And all of the little girls from YouTube that are done using him for clickbait have discarded him. And now he has all these charges that he has to face for blowing up my car, for releasing our sex tape and making it to Twitter, for stealing money out of the business account for 3 months, which is actually embezzlement. Then he stole the amount for my money. Like, he has a lot of charges he's facing. So I think it's best that we stay married so, I can be there to help make the right choices for him. He does such a poor job making choices for himself.
So I hear that.
I will be.
But your husband. So are you dating someone else? Are you are you dating somebody else?
Yes, I am. And I'm very happy. She's amazing.
So your husband drove you to dive into some coochie.
I am a bisexual woman. I have said so. I've been out of the closet for 5 years. Happy Pride.
Oh, do you since you are bisexual, do you apologize for calling Armand Wiggins a faggot?
Now that's such a loaded question. I can't apologize for something that I said earnestly that's true.
So even though you are bisexual, you don't apologize for calling Armand Wiggins a faggot?
I don't apologize to every black man that I call a nigga.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking.
I don't. And let's just be honest. He's very faggish. You know, the way Jason Lee pulled out that pink panties little picture, that hot number, that didn't look very masculine to me. I'm sorry. I can only be honest.
Mm-hmm. How's your relationship right now?
What I can say is that if it hurt his feelings, I'm sorry, honey. I was just joshing with you.
I had to ask, but I do want to wish you well with her. How are you going to stop her, this woman, from cheating on you like your husband did to you? How are you going to protect her from not cheating, or is it an open relationship?
Well, it's not an open relationship, and I think TJ should answer that question herself. Hold on, here, babe. It's Wiley. Hello.
Hello, yes. So are you the one with the strap, or she's going to put the strap on you?
Oh my God. Like, just straight to the point, huh?
Yeah. So are you going to put on the strap, or she? Or
I already did.
Oh, okay. Did. Okay. I like that. All right. So what is your job? Are you a bouncer, or are you a security officer? What is your occupation?
My love. Yeah. You're my love. That's what you are. That's what
would be work. Okay. Okay. I want to ask you one last question, Jack, before we get out of here. What do you think about Tasha K and Cardi B? What do you think about that situation? Lying to the bankruptcy court.
The vanity bonfire. I'm enjoying every second of it. I can't wait for it to be my turn. Because me and Tasha got an interview coming up, and I got a doozy to give her. Oh, I don't know if she's going to jail. I don't know if Cardi B is going broke. I know I am going to enjoy watching it as it all goes down. This shit is amazing. Two bitches in a full dead-on heat, egos on display. It's gorgeous. Ain't nobody fucking making no money off of this shit. Everybody gonna go broke because of this shit. The lawyers are gonna walk away with all the cash, laughing and shit, and then everybody's gonna move on. You know, YouTube shit.
Okay, well, thank you, Jack, for coming on.
Yeah, and Wiley, if you want to have a real interview, get at me.
I would definitely get at you. This is your number. I can text you. I'll get at you. We can do a sit down. I don't know if you're still in Texas or not, but we definitely could do a sit down.
Okay. Let's talk about that. I think it's time.
I definitely think it's time for that, because like I said, you are the best woman ever to do Song Cry with Jay-Z. Your version should have been on the album. Your voice is just amazing. So despite all of your antics, you are still talented as a performer, and that just definitely will not be.
I don't know. Maybe we can work a little something out, and I can come and do like a little live thing for you.
Yes, I would definitely love that. I would definitely love that.
Maybe we could work that out, and I could pull a little 3-4 piece together, and we can do like a little 3-4 song thing on your show.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm going to contact you, and I would love to do a sit-down interview with you, because it's definitely needed, because nobody really asks you the tough questions and really focus on that. And I was talking to Jill Scott people, and a lot of the people that I talked to with Jill Scott, they said they would love for you to get back into the music industry, but they said you just a nutcase. And I said, I don't think she's really a nutcase, but they say you're difficult to work with in the industry like that.
Which one of Jill's people did you talk to?
I would never tell you. I would get to offline, but
well, I got it. Your sources are your sources. Do me a favor. Tell them that I said I don't give no fuck. Tell her to tell Jill to do another commercial so people can call her up and blame her for their fucking high rates. I don't give no fuck.
Okay, that's an exclusive. Right there. You already know. You see Common, that have to be very sad to see your rapist get away with this and be an accomplished guy. Do you ever want to pull up to him or ever want him to go to prison for what he did to you, raping you back those years ago? Do you want him to go to prison?
I feel like he's done other things that are a whole lot worse than what he did to me that he should be held accountable for.
Like what? Like what other things? Can you name one of those things?
He went to some of those parties at Will Smith's house. Maybe he should talk about that.
Wow.
That part.
All right. So you are literally saying that Common is bisexual. All right.
That part.
Oh my.
That's how he got all those parts.
Oh no, not those parts. Oh no. Thank you. You know what, Jack? Thank you so very much. And I wish you and your wife to be or husband to be success.
Thank you. We're very happy, and I so appreciate that. Thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. Okay.
Okay. All
right. Bye.
Wow,
I was not expecting Jack to call in. That was amazing, you guys. Usually I do the show outside, but somebody having a party out there, so I'm just doing it in the kitchen wherever I can get some silence in here. So I'm not all in the kitchen where trying to get some silence. But let me take our mugshot down. Y'all remind me of my mugshot. And I'm trying to my mugshot. Y'all don't mind my mom kitchen. Okay, because she's everywhere. But she got all the cases today open, but nevertheless, we are here in the kitchen. We get her over here. But I think it's great, that Jack came on the show or whatever. But I do wish her the best with her legal problems, and I wish her the best. And I hope and pray that she stay on her good behavior because, again, I've been there. We definitely want to pray for her. Father God, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we ask that you watch over her as she deal with the justice system in Texas. You know about Texas. That's the same state that told the slaves at the last, really years later, after they was emancipated, that they were finally free. Lord, protect her that she get off, and protect her that she don't have no more mental breakdowns in Jesus' name, that she have success, that she perform in front of millions and kings and queens and presidents. In Jesus' name I pray. Thank God. Amen. Okay. Thank God. Amen. So, we are definitely here. We definitely have to pray for her. And I told y'all, I said, hey, you never know who's going to call into the show. We thank her for calling in and showing love. So thank you all so very much. So if you want to, anybody else that want to call in, y'all can call in. We all come to here. Anybody else y'all want to call in? Did she just break out? Yeah. So anybody else want to call in? The number is 972-674-9462. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So they said, did he just break out in prayer? Yes, I will always break out in prayer because God loves me and he love you too. All of my coins, he love you too. All right. Thank y'all so very much for y'all have calling in, and shout out to Jaguar Wright for that exclusive interview, Grammy Award winner, Oscar winner, and everything of that nature. I think she have a Grammy, right, Paul? Does she have a Grammy? Or did she work with a Grammy Award winner? I think she worked with a Grammy. I think that Jill Scott owned a. I don't know if Jaguar got a Grammy, but I see Grammys. I don't know. I see Grammys. I see Grammys. Okay, I see Grammys. So we definitely have to want to thank her for coming on. In my clothes, little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. Now, if you have not subscribed to the Wiley Show, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, because the subscribe button help us, the like button help us. Thank you all so very much. She does not have a Grammy. That's what Jill Scott nephew just said. White Paul, yeah, I think Jill Scott nephew is in the chat, and they said she did not have a Grammy. Okay, can you verify that on Google? Can you verify that? Okay, you said she don't have a Grammy. Okay, she don't. Do she have an honorary Grammy? Can you check and see if honorary? Okay, just get back to me. We got okay. She ain't got a Grammy in sight. They said no. She do not have a Grammy. Okay, okay. I just want to because she was not even okay. Paul is just 70. Says she was not even nominated for a Grammy. Okay, well that can change. Okay, if she let me manage her, she would get all the Grammys in the world. She can beat Beyonce record because her voice is just so incredible. Okay, so we see y'all in here. We want to say thank y'all so very much. I was not planning on to this, but this is definitely great. Okay, I usually do it outside, but I have to go in my mom's kitchen because again we're doing all that type of stuff. So they said she needed EGOT. They said thank you all so very much. We love you all. I see some amazing people in the chat. God bless you to all of the green symbols in here, our members. This was great. I was not planning on this live being the way it is, and our beautiful callers that have called in. Thank you so very much. When you come to that way, I see somebody said the lies you tell, you can never beat Beyonce. You got jokes. So that's what somebody else actually said to me. But nevertheless, this is my opinion. Ain't no changing me. Okay, ain't no change me. I'm going to always give my opinion. They said, Wiley, that was insensitive. Well, again, when you create your own show and over here at the Wiley Show, this is what we do. Ain't no change in me. You try to tell your husband what to do. If you got a husband, one thing that you cannot do, tell a man what to do and expect that man to listen to you when he is the owner and the creator of his own entity. You go tell that to your husband. Try to tell your children what to do. But once you become a man, you have all the final decisions. Okay, God created us to have, once he made you a grown man, you make grown man decisions. Amen. So once you create and operate your own entity, you can get to control how you want to do it. Okay. Did nobody tell her, right, Paul? We didn't tell Jaguar Wright to call into our show. She called into our show on her own. Okay. And people will continue to call into the Wiley Show. We got more people that will continue to call. And guess what? I will answer. If I want to cut you off, I will cut you off because guess what? This is my show. All right. All right. I said what I said and I ain't changing it. Okay. This is my show. All right. Okay, you get yours, and you can tell people, and you can let people overtalk your show and all that time. But over here, we do what we want to do over here, and we're gonna listen. So don't even waste your time telling me what to do, because I'm gonna always do my show like I want to do my show, respectfully, in a good way, okay? Because we didn't ask people to call. The reason why they call in because we Wiley, and they will continue to call into the Wiley Show. We didn't ask these people to call into the Wiley Show because last time I checked, we were blocked by Jaguar Wright on all of her platforms. But again, we have the gift and we are putting out the work and we have her number. So we will definitely connect with her to get her on the show, of course, in a public setting, of course, with security, of course, with documentations, of course, with a staff of people. We would definitely do a sit-down interview. I don't mind doing a sit-down interview with Jaguar Wright. I don't mind it at all. I think, and I don't mind that we share the revenue of it as well. I don't mind doing that with her. And if she don't accept it, then we would donate it to somebody that's in desperately needed to have it, okay? To my left and my right wallet. All right. Thank you all so very much for your amazing show. Just showing me love. Okay. Gotta go because my nieces is acting up as always. They see me here doing the show, so they want to cry and act up. So they said, you were about to cook? Yes. Okay. We're about to cook now. For my mom, I'm working so hard so I can remodel her kitchen. Okay. Because it's dated. Okay. So we're working really, really hard. When I first make it, I'm going to pay my mom's house and remodel it. Amen. Praise God. Okay. But yes, my mom already cooked. I'm good. I made me some earlier, but I'm gonna eat what she cooked. But we will see all that. They said great show. They said, what are you making? My mama is making some rice and some beef. She makes some ground beef and rice. That's some poor stuff, but nevertheless, she was tired. And we dealing with a smoke advisory here in Chicago. So that's all she wanted to make. And that's all we gonna eat. Amen. Thank y'all so very much. The little black boy, you beautiful little black girl, you're enough when times get hard. Always remember to put God first. And I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you, Tasha. Hashtag lock up Tasha K. Hashtag lock her up. Hashtag lock her up.
At 3:42 p.m. according to the website.
Okay, so here and you'll see like a lot of places, a lot of bond places will not bond her out if she has a current insufficient bond.
Really? So what does that mean? So she will have to stay? What? Can you break that down for me? Because I'm not understanding.
So, I mean, there are some bonds some bondsmen that will work with that, and they'll be like, okay, cool, like, and they'll charge you an extra fee. It's not going to be cheap to get her out.
Really? So it's okay. So the $2,500, that's not really $2,500 or on your system?
Okay, so if her bond is if her full bond is $2,500.
Yeah, because I'm looking. Hold on, let me see. Let me go on. Let me look on the website because I'm just judging it on the website here. I always say $21,500.
Okay, so at $21,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Divide that by 10, $2,150. A lot of places charge $100 filing fee.
Okay.
So you're looking at $2,250 to get her out, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she's insufficient with her bond, that means that she owes money to her bond company.
Oh.
So you're going to have to go, your best bet would be is to go back through the same bond company that she has, pay off the remaining balance, and then pay the bond that it's going to cost to get her out, because they might charge a little cheaper and take that charge off.
Wow. Dude, I don't even know where she went because this is like an auntie of mine. I'm just confused. I have my credit card, my money ready. Wow. Do you have any sense of where she was at previously or no?
No.
But you all for a fact can't bail her, can't do it at all.
Our bondsmen won't do it if they've had any insufficient bonds for the last 3 years.